Hi. You know what? Men really should have their own space. Like, stop relegating them to like their man cave or some separate area for them. Anyway, we'll get into it. Welcome to Far From Eden. And if it's your first time here, extra welcome. Today, I really want to kind of rant a little bit about how I know that men need their own spaces. I mean, I'm always hearkening back to the olden times to where I think things were better for us. And I think that that's just obvious. And when I say us, everybody, it's obvious if you just open your eyes and see what society has become and the direction that we're going. Anyway, used to be a time when men would, it's a stereotype, but have cigars and brandy and talk about politics. You know, and the women would go off and do whatever the women would do. Well, the women got mad and, wanted to be involved. And then, of course, they get involved and then it changes. And they change the rules of everything. And also, I really think that guys need that space where there isn't a woman around about ready to criticize, or where they feel like they need to impress that woman or want to impress that woman. It just needs to be taken off the table. And the reason I started thinking about this, well, it was back when I was thinking about women getting the right to vote and the types of emotions and feelings they bring into it. But also when I watch, for example, if I watch Steven Crowder, and he's got his comedian guys around, and they're kind of either they're doing commentary on a debate, or they're just sitting around talking. I'm like, I feel like I get to eavesdrop, and it's great. And I know there's a camera, so they're not really alone in their own space, but there's a definite different vibe when it's just the men hanging out talking. And it's much better. Honestly, I find myself gravitating more and more to, even if Tim Pool, it's only guys for some reason, just happens to be no females on the show that day. I don't know, it's much better. Obviously it's more productive of a conversation. Than when there's a female there. And like I said, sometimes the men are gonna compete. We are mammals after all. So, and sometimes the women just throw emotion into it. And I think too, men hold back from saying, if a woman says something in a conversation and the man has something he wants to say back that has a little bite to it, or is an argument, he maybe won't, because it's the female that says it and he knows he has to soften it so as not to be misogynistic or what have you. And I just feel like men need their own space. And the idea of a man cave, an area in a man's own house that's his, where he can put all his stuff that she doesn't like, that is awful. Can you even imagine it the other way around? Can you imagine if it was like, that's her cave, she can put all her stuff in there? No, and don't even get me started on the she shed routine, because it's so funny. It's like we had the man caves, right? And then like the men's spaces, and then the women needed the women needed their space. It's like, girl, I wanted to say the B word. You already have the whole house. You have taken it over, thankful, something blessed, grateful, blessed. It's like the men don't like all that stuff. They don't necessarily like all the things that you like. Have you asked them how they want it to be? Do you know for sure if they like it now that you're all excited about football on Sundays? And I know a lot of the guys probably who watch this don't watch sports ball, but whatever the case may be, women just infiltrate the men's spaces, whether it's men's sports that they want to watch, whether it's the idea of a man cave, which the woman already has a whole house that she's taken over. It's not all for you, women. Give him what he wants. Give him his space. You shouldn't feel threatened by that. You should not let him encourage him to have the time with the other men, no matter what it is. If they're going camping, if they're going hunting, if they're going golfing, if they want to come over to one of your all's houses and play poker or watch the game or whatever. Maybe make the snacks and get the beverages and everything, so it's all, set up for however he and his friends like it. And then maybe you get out of his hair. That doesn't mean you go to any kind of club or go to a bar or anything like that. That is unbecoming. There's nothing good out there for you to do that. You shouldn't really even want to, Let's stop pretending like that's a thing that even a younger woman should want to do. There's nothing good and wholesome, nothing good for your spirit, nothing good for you developmentally, nothing, like, you're not going to get smarter, and nothing is going to be better about you because you go to bars and you hang out with your girlfriends. No, I don't think that's a good idea. So it's not an excuse to do that. You get out of the way. Maybe you read. Maybe this is the time for book club, Maybe you have a play date with your children, something like that. But the point is, give the men their space. Let them be men. Stop criticizing and trying to turn them into women, and stop infiltrating their space like you're, there to monitor them or something, which, let's face it, that's what the women are doing. Anyway, take care, you guys. And just in time for my dog to be mad I'm not paying attention to her. Take care.